Hey everyone, Mango7Rule here. How we doing today? Sorry for flooding you with videos lately, but welcome to another Epic 7 video. There's just so much to talk about. As another side note, if you're watching this video right as it goes up, we're doing viewer summons on stream with a giveaway and all sorts of other things. Please check that out if you can, if you have time. It's so much fun. That said, we're going to do one of the raid bosses today. I honestly forget the name of it. We'll see that in just a second. But first I want to show you something that every time I do on stream, people are like, what? So I just want to do this really quick to make sure you're not missing this, because this is a really big power increase if you are not doing this. So every single day, you need to go talk to your good friend Hoochie. And a lot of people are like, of course you talk to your good friend Hoochie. But a lot of people have no idea what I'm talking about. So that's super important to clear up. So what you want to do is go in the very first lab, first one, go to the top left or right or middle, whatever you want to talk to, or whatever you want to call it, and then just auto all the way down to this slot right here, and we'll find our good buddy Hoochie. And you want to do this every single day, and I know most of you already know this, but there's those people who don't, and it's such a big change if you're doing this or not doing this, that you really need to make sure you're doing it. This is where you get a good amount of your charms, a good amount of your bookmarks even, sometimes even catalysts, most importantly Molagoras, or Molagora I think. The purple ones, pink ones, whatever they are. They're purple, right? What color are they? Maybe he'll tell us. Maybe they're red. And of course we have basically the worst shop I've seen all month. But from here, what you want to do is basically buy every charm. So I don't buy artifact charms anymore, but I buy every other charm. I also buy Covenant bookmarks. I often buy catalysts as well. And I buy all the Molagora Goes that he has too. And yeah, you do this once a day. This shop is on every lab. So it's one shop per lab. So I can go to another lab. I'll find Hoochie again, but it'll be the exact same shop. So you only do this once a day. Needs to be done. So now that that's out of the way, you just yield and you keep all your items. You don't use your lab token. Voila. Let's get on to the actual Asmacallus raid here, and we're going to be showing you how to do one of the bosses, Devourer Arahakan, first. So this week I've cleared everything but him. If you don't know, if you kill a boss and it has a really crappy drop, you can just quit out and then go back in, kill a different boss, and then leave, and then it will reset that original boss's drops. And this is what I had here. I killed this boss a couple times and he just dropped trash for me, so I just kept resetting his loot set. So let's just take a walk over here, and we'll see you in a little bit when we're here. Usually what I like to do is, depending on how much stamina I have or morale I have, I like to kill out some of the mini bosses. There's maps for that. I can try to link it in the description below, but I'm gonna forget, so hopefully somebody else can do it for me. And get as many mini bosses as I can and try to maximize which kind of gear I get from each spot. Teams are also super elastic. You can use a lot of different units. This is what I use. I have DN, but I don't use DN. I've used her for one boss actually, and that's the Queen, which we just killed yesterday. So we'll see you in a little bit when we're back. Okay, so we're at the boss here, and one thing I want to say about these bosses is they're like, I know what this boss does, but I can read these abilities here and not really understand what this boss does. So you can read these yourself, you can see them in the journal, but honestly reading them doesn't help me any. So I'm just gonna talk through the fight itself, and I'm realizing this is off the screen a little. That's not good. Let's go over here. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna try to talk through the fight myself and explain to you how I do it, because I don't understand what the text does. I know what the boss does, but I don't get the text. So the first thing I do for this boss is he has immunity up. What you need to do is kill the ads. I have a pretty insane team for this because my AoE is just strong, just so strong. So what I do is I just start the battle buffing up. You can also stack up your skulls ahead of time. And I just use AoE to get rid of these ads here. It's almost like sometimes I kill the ads too fast, but this boss is pretty easy as long as you have a decent amount of gear for it. And we will set up our gear pretty soon. I do set up immunity here too, because I do think once you pop the ads, you do get some debuffs. So he's just gonna do his thing here, and I think that one can stun. Yeah, 75% chance to stun with that one here.
Bring it on.
And once we kill all these little ads, he's gonna drop his immunity next time he goes. So we're just gonna kind of chill a little bit. Not really doing much damage here. Just some auto attacks here. And now he's gonna go, and because this satisfies all the stuff except we keep going, he's got no ads alive, so he's gonna use this AoE thing, which is really nice to have immunity if you can. And then he drops his stuff, and this is where you want to unload. So I just start attacking the boss here, and I use Arky too, just get some buffs up, even though I think some of my characters cannot be buffed. And I just blast everything. I honestly don't know if you're supposed to kill the ads first. I just do anyway because I find it pretty easy. Because once he gets his immunity up, the ads need to die again, and then the same process repeats here.
I hope this job is a little
So this is what we want. We want to get the defense down on them, and if we can get one defense down, we just do insane amounts of damage.
Shall we begin? Should I turn them to ash?
I also think if you can get one single target person in here, like Lorena, that would probably really help too, just because of how much damage she does on defense down on burn phases like this. So you can see, first phase here, he's almost dead. So he's got immunity back up again. So we're just at the sit here and chill phase. He's going to do that thingy here, and he's going to summon ads, so now we want to AoE them down. It's nice to have another Arky here just to honestly get rid of the ads, but we're going to buff up, except as I say that, we have an ability to be buffed on, so my bad there. But I just want to get rid of the ads as fast as possible, so I'm just going to toss another Arky in. You can save your Arkies for more opportune times if you're having a little bit of a problem with this fight. I was about to buff again, because I'm just a smart person, but I held myself back and attacked instead. And I just want to mention, like, Yuna and Araminta are bonkers for the raid. They're so good. They're good everywhere. Like, every single boss, Yuna and Araminta have been, like, all-stars for me.
Got it, Flurry? Just like we practiced.
So we're just gonna chill a little bit. We need him to use his special there. So we're just spending this little bit, getting our cooldowns back on track.
I hope this job is a little easier.
I can honestly auto this boss, so maybe this isn't the best showing, but I guess this shows a good way to try to do this and how the mechanics work. So now you can see his debuffs are gone here. What we want to do is load him up with defense down again if we can. We hit the defense down, which is nice, so he should die this rotation. I was about to buff again, but we have the cannot be buffed thing, so I'm gonna be smart. Yuna does an insane amount of damage, by the way. She's really, really good at this sort of fight. There we go, pretty easy, and then we'll get this here, and then we cross our fingers we get an epic drop. If I don't get an epic drop, I'm probably just gonna reset and not kill this boss this week because it's not worth the lab tokens. And he burns up here. And we got an epic drop because we're pretty lucky like that, so I'm okay with that. So we ended up with that epic here. So my plan now, what I'm gonna do is I had no good drops on the way to the boss. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run over here, I'm gonna leave, and then I'm gonna run over here, kill some of these mini bosses, try to get like an epic ring or something like that. I'm gonna try the ones down here, the ones down here, the ones down here, the ones down here. And then I'm gonna go back and kill the boss again, and the boss is always gonna drop the same thing until I actually leave the area. So I'm trying to maximize my drops before the boss, and then going to kill the boss after. So yeah, I hope that helped out. I know that wasn't the best showing because that's kind of an easy boss for me. But let's go take a look at our gear here. All you really need for that one though is a way to kill the ads. You just need to know how that one works, and I think it's pretty easy. Just kill the ads, kill the boss, kill the ads, kill the boss, kill the ads, kill the boss. Pretty overall easy. You don't even really need immunity because you can't be buffed for most of that. So here's my Araminta here. I'll just slowly go through the gear. If you want to see specific stats, you can pause through them. I also had Sierra Wren, but sometimes I have Caladra. We have Yuna here. I'm just going to click through. And we have Rose Hagarna on her. Angelica here with Candlesticks. Sometimes I use Wondrous Potion. It doesn't really matter. You guys ready for the best neck you've ever seen? I actually use this neck. And Clury here with Aureus. Pretty bad gear. Like you can see, like this is on my like 1 or 2 most used unit right now. Like my gear is not always the best. Some pieces are amazing, but some are pretty trash. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. We're gonna do all the other bosses next week when I have them available to kill. I'll try to do a better version of them because that was a little lackluster commentary, but honestly, that boss I don't really fully understand, and you don't really need to fully understand it. Just kill the ads, then kill the boss, then kill the ads, then kill the boss, and you're golden. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye!